Let me see if I can get anybody to show up on the live feed here. All right. This is, sorry, a little wiggly again this morning. We are in Tri-Cities, Washington for a super weekend. This is game 3, facing off. Hey, Aaron, can you text my dad that they're starting now? Facing off against Everett, the Vancouver Rangers versus Everett in game 3. We've had one win and a tie yesterday. We had a win against Tacoma Rockets, and we had a tie yesterday against Wenatchee. And hopefully today we come out with a strong start on the morning. If we've got audio, if you guys can hear me okay, please give me a thumbs up in the little comments there, just so I know you've got audio. All right. Did you text her? I'm standing in for Kim, and she is much more skilled on this thing than I am, so I will do my best to call it like I see it and also not lose track of the puck while I'm trying to simultaneously recall everyone's jerseys and all the good stuff. Oops, there we go. Let me zoom in a little bit for us. Right. The platform that I'm standing on is actually made out of wood, so every time the fans like shift their weight in the stands, the whole podium like shakes. So if it's a little making you seasick, I apologize. I'll do my best here to stabilize it with my other hand. All right, here we go. Starting out, we've got Caleb in net. We've got, looks like Grayson back on defense, Maddox and Evan on the wings, and we've got Josiah at center. Looks like we got only half of the ice here. The other half of the ice is open, so here we go. All right, Everett taking it down towards Caleb on the defensive end of the ice for us. Hopefully everybody's awake this morning. Okay, picked up by Josiah, coming down the ice on the far side. Pass over to Evan, right in front of the goalie. Evan there for the rebound, doesn't quite have a chance. Maddox there on the left side of the net, trying to push it in. A little bit of a scuffle in the front of the net, and pushed in by Josiah. Nice. That was Josiah, nice. All right, not a bad way to start the game. I think it was Josiah. Little scuffle there. See, we have a better opportunity at the board today. We had a lot of trouble with the scoreboard yesterday. But okay, we've got Eugene out on wing, Liam. Oh, and Eugene, so defenders out on the wing today. Oh, blocked by Caleb. So we've got Enzo and Eugene out on wing. We had Liam at center. And we have Duke back playing defense. Bringing it up this near side here, making a shot towards the goalie, and a glove catch by the goalie. That was a shot by Eugene. All right, we're gonna have a face-off here on this near side on the offensive end. Liam there taking the face-off. All right, nice little push out of that face-off by Liam up the sideline here, the score on the boards. Little scuffle here in the corner. Sorry, my visibility is somewhat limited. Push towards the net. Everett's trying to pick it up behind their goal, but isn't able to. Liam pushes it out in front of the net. There's a little slapping it around there. Duke back on defense, sends it back towards the goalie. Keeping it on the offensive end. Hopefully today will be a little bit more of an offensive game than yesterday. Oh, Eugene at the top. Goalie's down. Took a shot, put the goalie down onto his knees here. Enzo picking it up on this near side here. Oop, a little bit of a scuffle in the corner. Go help him. Help him out. Moving the puck out of the corner there. Oop, door's open. Whoop. Pushed out by Everett. Everett has control, taking control over it behind their own goal. We've got defenders there, right there, trying to keep it on the offensive end. Recovered by Liam. Liam sent it up at the corner, pushing it into the center. And Duke taking a shot from the top. Goalie's out, tips it away, and then covers it for a stop. Haven, I need you to go ask Daddy for help. I'm busy right now. No, you cannot watch a show on my phone. I'm streaming for everybody at home. Okay, out on the ice we have going to be a face-off here on the near side. We have Josiah at center. We have Hank as a wing and Braden as a wing. And we have Grayson back on defense. A little bit different lineup today. Anticipating that we might have a little bit easier shot by Grayson. Wide of the goalie. Pushed up by Everett along the far boards there. Recovered by Vancouver, by Hank, bringing it down the ice on that right wing. Hank skating it in, pushed it into the middle, picked up by Everett. Grayson scrambling after it there. In the near corner, Grayson battling to recover on the defensive end here. Pushed it down into the offensive end. Picked up by Hank. Hank's bringing it around, stopped short. Stolen away by Everett, but got loose there. Picked up now again by Hank, brought it into the center of the ice, slapped away out by Everett into the deep corner here on our defensive side of the ice. Picked up again by Hank, passed over to Braden, but Braden reached for the puck, doesn't quite take possession. Braden pushes it behind our own goal. Or not our goal, sorry, Everett's goal. We're back down now. Okay, cleared out by, who is that? Grayson. Picked up a little bit, they're scuffling back and forth here for possession. It's kind of interesting, we got people in different positions, so good practice for everybody. Okay, pushing it off the boards, back to center ice, picked up by Grayson, brought in through the thick of it, right in front of the net, but is tripped up. Okay, Josiah on the far side. Grayson again has the puck, trying to carry it through the middle. All right, Braden down here in the corner, carrying the puck behind the net. Takes a fall. Puck is cleared down to the near side here around the boards. Pushed out to the center ice. Vancouver has possession again. We've got Josiah? Can't tell, sorry. No, Hank, I'm sorry. Hank, Josiah's not. All right. Braden scuffling here right in front of the bench for the puck. They push it out. He's still fighting for it. Good. Takes it to the net. Gonna make a shot on the goalie. Stopped by the goalie. Another shot after a rebound and in by Josiah. Nice job. All right, out on the ice we have Evan out in the right wing. We've got Maddox at center, and we've got Eugene on the left wing. And then we've got, looks like Liam back on defense. All right, picked up a puck by Eugene, bringing it up this left side here, shoots it across towards the goalie. Evan's there for the rebound, seeing if he can backhand it in. Little scuffle in front. Eugene comes up from the side. Chase after those, Evan. Hustle. Turnover here. Well, no, not quite. Everett hasn't secured possession of the puck. We're still battling for some possession here. Eugene picks it up there, takes it around the back of our goalie. Oop, gets knocked down. Puck is loose. Back on the other side, chased down by Evan. Evan's going to hopefully carry this down here. Look for somebody in the center. He takes a shot. It's too narrow there. And there, we got it picked up by Eugene and Maddox are trying to, Maddox sends it across to Evan, but Evan wasn't quite in the right position to catch that pass. Oh, off, Evan shoves it in off of the pad of the goalie and tries to take another shot off of it, but ends up underneath him. Okay, we've got Liam kind of setting everybody back up again. He's behind our goal, bringing it down the ice, pushes it forward. Eugene scuffling over here on the near side boards. Got a couple of Vancouver Ranger players all kind of bunched up on this near side. All right, Liam takes control at the top there, pushes it in. Oop, a little hand pass by Everett. Maddox is there to put pressure on that. Evan, turn around. Chase that puck, Evan. Evan chasing the puck down in the far corner. Pushes it in to Eugene. Eugene's there, a little bit slow on the shot. Maddox is there to try to take the shot. Maddox Everett loses their stick there. Okay, Liam passes it to himself off the boards, looking for Maddox right in front of the net. Maddox scuffling in front of the net with his stick and his skates, trying to get possession. Evan chasing it down here in the near corner, passing it out to Eugene. Eugene carrying the puck to center ice, right in front of the goal, slapped away by Everett. Evan on the puck, passes again to Eugene, setting it up. Nice job. Oh, perfect. So it's Evan to Eugene to Maddox. Beautiful. Nice teamwork, Rangers! Awesome passing. Nice teamwork. All right. All right. Let's see. We've got Grayson on the wing. We've got Josiah at center. We've got Enzo on wing. And then we've got Duke back on defense. So Duke trying to stop it there. Stopped by Caleb. Was pushed just past our last line of defense there, and Duke was trying for it. All right, we got a face-off here. Defensive end of the ice. All right, slapped out of there by Josiah. Another shot towards the goalie. Off of Caleb's stick. And then covered. Okay, sent down the ice by Duke. All right. Oop, Grayson. It looked like a penalty on Grayson, it looks like. Cross-check. Or hitting from behind. I'm not sure how they actually call this in 10U, but so we're on a power play now with Josiah, Duke, and Enzo. I'm gonna set up the puck on the defensive end of the ice here. Okay, boys, pay attention. slapped away by Enzo. Oh, no, still Duke pushes it further out of the center of the ice there. Everett trying to setting it up, looking for the pass. You need to talk to Daddy, Haven. Mommy's busy right now. Okay, so recovered by Duke. Duke bringing it down the far side of the boards, takes a shot towards the goalie, bounces off his pads. Josiah's there trying to pick it up. Enzo keeps it in. And pushed in by Everett, but slapped away by Duke. Everett still trying to keep possession on the their offensive end. But we're kind of causing a little havoc, and it went straight towards Caleb. He stops it in between his knees. Okay, a little bit more time left on this power play. Score is 3-0. We have 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first period. So picked up by Duke, carrying it down the side of the ice, passes around to the Everett defender. Hank is out there now. They did a little swapped Hank out for, just power play's over. So Hank joined them on the ice here for this line. All right, Everett down in their offensive end, struggling to kind of push the puck in through about 4 Ranger defenders. And Enzo sends it around the boards, down towards this near side of the ice, the other corner. And battle back and forth here. Puck shoots across the other side there, the far side of the boards. Enzo's trying to pick it off there, but at least causes enough interference so Duke has a chance. Duke makes a shot, tries to go high on the goalie, and ends up going over the boards and into the other side of the ice. All right, we got a new line out here. We've got Hank staying out at center, Evan out on the right wing, Maddox on the left wing, and Braden back on defense. Caleb in net. All right, picked up center ice by, trickles in, nice, by Maddox. So that was Maddox, woo! It was off of the face-off, sorry, I was a little slow on that one. Came into center ice, kind of was a little bobbly around, and Maddox got a swing at it. Kind of almost like a baseball. Went right over the goalies. All right, try this again. So the score is now 4-0. Okay, face-off by Hank, picked up by Braden in the far corner. Evan and Maddox waiting for the puck in front of the net. Hank pushing it in there. Pushed back over to the other side, chased down by Evan. Pushed out, Evan pushes it out to Braden to try to get it set up, but kind of went down to the total other end of the ice. Braden recovering the puck behind our own goal, taking a slap shot from the top. Scrambled over here, picked up by Evan on this left side, pushed back around, picked up by Maddox, and then pushed back towards the center, but stopped by a Everett defender. Resetting, Hank taking it from the top of the key, but also looking for the pass from Evan, but it was tipped by an Everett defender. Maddox picks up the puck, pushes it around the back of the net. Evan pushes it back to Maddox, shoots it towards the goal, hitting the side of the net, unfortunately. Scrambling in front of the net, Braden's there. Evan chasing it back down to this near corner. Evan pushes the pass out, a little bit wrong angle, but tries to get it back up to Braden. Braden takes it behind our own goal. He's trying to set it back up. He beats his defender. Loses the puck there. A little bit of footwork. Gonna try that again. So, nice, Braden. Okay, Braden passes it up to Hank on the side. We have a penalty. I'm not sure on who. It might be on Braden. I think he was getting kind of... All right, we got a line change here. It's a long shift, so they're probably ready for a break. We've got Liam, Grayson, Eugene on the power play. Penalty on Braden. 2 minutes penalty. And we got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the running clock. Score is 4-0. All right, so we've got Liam on the face-off, Eugene on wing, and it looks like Grayson's kind of playing some defense there. Puck picked up behind our goal by Eugene. He's pushed up off of the boards to Grayson. Grayson's there. A little bit of a tip. They're bringing it down. Everett takes possession of the puck behind our goal, but Eugene's there to recover it. We got one-on-one right now with Grayson and the goalie. And all right, so Caleb's been down a couple times there and made a couple stops in this last 10 seconds. Everett's working hard to try to really push it into the goal there. Eugene, Liam gets a little bit of a breakaway as one-on-one with the goalie. There's a little loss of the puck, kind of trying to push it out there. Picked up by Everett. All right, Liam's there to try to cause a little trouble for them. Everett makes a nice play out in front of the goal, but it's cleared out by Grayson. Nice job, Grayson. Had Caleb's back on that one, almost had a back door. Here comes Liam, kind of puck handling around. Oh, right in front of the Everett goal, but we don't have anyone standing there. Oh, and there it goes, Eugene. They had a little bit of confusion there with their Everett team was kind of screening their goalie, and Eugene took advantage. Nice, Eugene. Score 5-0, 1 minute left in the first period.
Way to go, Eugene!
All right, we got a line change here. We still have 11 seconds on the power play, but 50 seconds left on the clock. We've got still the same line, Eugene, Grayson, and Liam. I'm going to do a near side, looks like it's supposed to be center ice, but that was very much favorable to Everett. Way beyond center ice. All right, and now power play is over, and Josiah joins them on the ice for 4v4. 30 seconds on the clock. Puck's being carried down the ice by Eugene. Pushed in towards the goalie, off of the goalie's pads. Trickles around the goalie's pad. Oop. Woo! Full out fist fight over there between Grayson and another player, 62. Not sure how the ref's going to handle that. Everett's obviously a little bit rattled. Struggling right now with the score of 5-0. No, Grayson's getting a little bit of correction there from his dad. Trying to set a precedence that we're not going to tolerate that. Even if they do it first, we're not going to do it back. I think I'm probably on the good side of the stands here. I would imagine there's probably some parental frustration over on this side of the stands. I'm sure if I wasn't trying to calmly commentate, I would have probably also been yelling a little bit in that situation. All right. All right, on the ice, we got Evan, Josiah, Hank, and Maddox. So Josiah at center, Evan at the right wing, Maddox at the left. And then we've got Hank back on D, Caleb in the net. 18 minutes on the clock, scores 5-0, second period. Here we go. All right, okay, Josiah off of the face-off. Evan trying to play some defense down there. They did keep same sides of the ice here, so we'll still be trying to score on this side. Evan, I don't know what happened there, lost his stick. I think there might have been a penalty, but who knows. Push back on this far near side by Hank. Picked a little pressure there by Maddox. Here comes Hank again, back in the defensive role, skating around fast. Nice speed there, Hank. Push down to the far corner. Evan, that's you. Oh my gosh. Stay with it. All right, Maddox is there. I'm gonna get scrappy here. That's where I get a little bit worried when they start acting like this. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Okay, so Hank there to slap it away. Picked up possession by Maddox. Maddox pushes it out to Evan. Evan makes a reach and is kicked away by Everett. Picked up again by Evan. A little bit of a push into front of the net. Picked up by Josiah. Josiah pushes it out to the top to Hank. Shot in off of the goalie's shin pad. Pushed back by Hank to Evan. Evan's kind of not the ideal angle there to make that shot, but pushes it back towards the front of the net. Again out to Hank at the top and kicked in towards the goal, wide of the goal. Evan's picking up the puck here, just lost possession. Tipped away by Hank off of one of the Everett players' skates. Okay, here it comes, down here into this near corner. Evan after the puck, and it's pushed back by Everett back to this far corner on our defensive end. Hank again taking possession of the back of the net, skating it down. Off shot in by Hank off of the goalie's shin. Picked up by Evan here and turned over. Josiah putting pressure on Everett into the middle to Evan. Oh, and a nice little shot by Evan, but a glove catch by the goalie. Let's go, Evan! Okay, we got a line change. We've got Eugene. Liam at center, I would imagine. Eugene at left wing. Enzo at right wing. And Duke back on defense. All right, here we go. And shot in by Duke. Loss of possession on the far side. Pushing it up the boards. Enzo's there to put pressure on Everett. Enzo kicks it out. Goes to take possession of the puck behind our goal. Oop, somebody tripped somebody. I don't know. People tripped. Duke skating along the score and presses it over. Oh, really beautiful setup. Push out to the top of the blue line there. Slap shot by Enzo and caught by the Everett goalie. Just prior to that, Duke had brought the puck around, passed it off behind the net to Eugene, and Eugene took a little slap shot there. Didn't quite hit the net, but was beautifully set up, so they could do that again. They'll get it next time. All right, face off here. Liam pushes it out to Enzo. Enzo takes control of the puck here in the far offensive end, far corner. Enzo scrambling there against the boards, and Liam comes in to help. Liam pushes it out to himself into this near side corner. Liam controlling the puck, looking for the pass, dumps it back off into Eugene. Whistle. I think the goalies, or the ref is probably starting to call this a little bit tighter, knowing that these guys are getting a little scrappy. He was pretty quick on that whistle, even though the goalie didn't really have control over that puck. Okay, so we've got a score of 0-5. Rangers are winning here. We got 13 minutes and 48 seconds in the second period. We've got Grayson at center, Evan at wing, Maddox at wing. Evan takes the puck off of the face-off, has a shot on goal, but it dribbles just over the goalie's left shoulder. Okay, Braden on defense there at the top of the key. That kid is put Grayson back at the top of the key there, makes a slap shot, goes a little bit to the left. Pass, oh nice. Maddox picks up that shot. Grayson's shot came off of the back of the boards there, bounced over to Maddox. Maddox slaps it right over to Evan right in front of the goal, and Evan gets it in. So we are a score of 6-0. 13 minutes left in the second period. That was good teamwork, Rangers! When they make those passing plays, it's really fun to see them work together as a team. All right, and Grayson on the face-off. Gets it out to Evan, who passes it back to Braden. Braden at the top of the key takes a slap shot, and then it bounces off of the boards again to Maddox. Maddox is right there, backdoor into the goal. That's, I think, the second or third one for Maddox. Score of 7-0. Got the same line on the ice here. We've got Braden back on defense, Grayson at center, Evan at right wing, and Maddox at left wing. Caleb in the goal. Score 7-0, 12 minutes left on the clock of the second period. Oh, nice stop by Caleb. It went right between his pads, but he ends up sitting on it like an Easter egg. Nice stop, Caleb! All right, we got a face-off here on the defensive end, far side. Come on, Grayson. Okay, pushed out of by Grayson, but picked up by Everett and then recovered again by Grayson. Scuffled around here. Braden, don't play dirty. Come on. Don't need to do that, Braden. I know you're mad. All right, coming down the ice, Grayson's skating around looking for the opportunity. Maddox is there, Evan's there. It's slapped away by Everett. It's one-on-one now with Everett and Braden. Let's see here. Stopped by Grayson, brought center ice. Oop, loses control of the puck, and Maddox picks it up. Good recovery, Maddox. Evan is there. Oh, the goalie is there. Getting a scrappy at the net there. They're getting very protective of their goalies. All right, line change. We've got Hank, Josiah at center, Hank and Enzo at wing, and Duke on defense. Pushed out of there by Josiah, taken to the net. Oh, nope, slapped away by Everett down into this near side corner. Duke takes the puck at the top of the net there behind Caleb and sends it down to Enzo in this far corner. Hank's putting pressure on the Everett as they're trying to make okay, he grabs possession of that puck. He's able to scramble that out, hits the goalie in the chest and pops up. Recovered by Enzo in the far corner, pushed out to Duke. Nice pass into Hank, but intercepted by Everett. Nice stop by Caleb. Had a little collision of two Everett players crashing into each other and simultaneously two Ranger players crashing into each other. Not sure how that happened, but looks like everybody's okay. All right, Josiah at the face-off. Score is 7-0. 9 minutes, 26 seconds left in the second period. Picked up by Duke on defense. Carried down the side there. Picked then up by Hank. Hank's using some stick handling to try to work through the Everett defenders. Goalie is out of the. Just slap that out of the way as it kind of made its way towards the goal. Picked up again by Duke behind Caleb. Kind of setting it up and bringing it down the ice. Oop, careful with that. Careful with that, Duke. Little got loosey-goosey right in front of our goal there. Here comes Hank, stick handling through. Come on, Hank. Puts it into the goalie's chest. With a save for Everett. All right, we got a line change. Eugene, Maddox, Evan, and Liam. Liam back on D. Evan and Maddox on the wings. And Eugene at center. All right, face-off, quick face-off. Kicked it out. Recovered then by Liam. He's bringing it around the back side of the goal. Got Rangers setting up. Liam's nobody's coming on him, so he's bringing the puck further down the ice. Pass to Eugene. Eugene takes a shot, hits the side of the goal. We got a couple of scuffle going on that far side. Pushed back in by Liam towards the goal, right between the goalie's legs. 5-hole and in. Nice. That was a goal for Liam. Score of 8-0 now. I don't know if they're going to stop. If they do a 7 count lead or what, if they'll count that one, but it's technically 8-0. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left in the second period. Out on the ice, we have Maddox, Evan, Eugene, and Liam still. It's a shorter shift, so we'll let them stay out for a little bit longer. Tapped down into the offensive end by Eugene. down into this near corner. Maddox is there, picking it up. Maddox tries to keep possession of it and get a setup there. It's a little back and forth here on this near side. Ooh, that looked illegal. Eugene went in for some retaliation, I think, maybe. A little bit aggressive here on the boards, a little bit of pushing going on. Yep, we're going to get called. Yep. So we got Eugene and an Everett player, number 26, both off the ice now for roughing. They're getting a little too scrappy. Yep. This ref is going to make a point, which I think is good. Nice call, ref. We want to be aggressive, but we don't want them to get sloppy and have somebody get hurt. All right. All right, we've got Braden now on wing and Evan out. Evan takes a little kind of half shot towards the goal. Picked up by Braden up here off of the boards, down to Josiah in this near corner. Josiah. They're getting really kind of scrappy here. Coaches are telling the kids to play the puck because they're all getting a little sloppy. Here comes Duke carrying the puck down back, wrapped around the back of the goal. Picked up by Braden. Yeah. Josiah chasing after it down here in the near corner. Slap back out. Picked up again by Josiah. Go one-on-one with the goalie. Off of the goalie's shin pad. Nice job, Josiah. Take opportunities like that, buddy. Josiah. Oh, Evan, you can't let those go between your legs there. Keep your stick on the ice, bud. Okay, Duke is there carrying the puck. Stops and turns to get the defenders, to kind of shake the defenders. Evan and Josiah are both center ice, but Duke is going to weave around. Evan's got his eyes. There he goes. Out to Braden. Slap shot coming in off of one of the Everett defenders' skates. A little back and forth with Duke and Everett on that far side. Puck goes back towards Everett goal, who stops it with his shin pads and then covers the puck. Ref was quick on the whistle to prevent any scuffle. These guys are getting scuffly. I'm making up words. All right, line change. We've got Enzo, Maddox, Hank on center, and Grayson back on D. Alrighty. Hank's got the puck. He's moving it around. Ooh, got a nice little stop there. Everett got their skates in the midst of that. Picked up in the middle ice here now by Grayson. Shoved into Maddox and slams it right in, right between the goalie's legs. Nice job, Maddox! Good pass, Grayson! Score is now technically 9-0, but there is a seven goal rule, so they're only showing a score of 0-7. We've got 3 minutes and 55 seconds left in the second period. All right, back on the ice still Enzo, Hank, Maddox, and Grayson. Okay, off of the face-off. The face-off won by Everett this time. Struggling to keep possession. Turned over here center ice. Kicked up by Hank. Hank working it around on the side. Recovers, even though there's a little bit of, there we go. Takes it around the backside of the goal. Kind of stops short. Looks, keep your head up, Hank. Look for the pass. Look for the pass, Hank. Dumps it in front of the net. Oh, Maddox is there. Doesn't quite have the opportunity. Enzo's there. Enzo's taking a slap at it. Come on, Enzo. Enzo pushes it out behind Caleb. Chased down by Grayson. Grayson bringing it up this near side along the boards. Pushes it off the boards. Picked up by Everett. Everett's trying to set something up and stopped by Caleb in a glove catch. Glove save, whatever they call it. I got to learn some more hockey terminology, apparently. All right, line change. We've got Josiah, Eugene, Evan, and Liam. All right, and Eugene off the face-off. Quick, and then brought around the back of the net by Evan. Evan's going to skate the puck down the side of the ice. Come on, Evan. Nice skating. Hits it in towards the goalie, and a glove catch by the goalie. Nice job, Evan. Keep it up. He hates when I yell at him. but he's been a little bit timid yesterday. So trying to get him to trust himself a little bit more. All right, here we go on the face-off again. Face-off won by Eugene, but pushed out to an Everett defender on our offensive end. Puck goes behind the goal. 1 minute 57 seconds left in the second period. Carried down the ice by Eugene. We got a couple of Rangers there to kind of interfere, where we keep possession on the offensive end. Liam's got possession here. Ooh, right between a bunch of defenders' legs, out to Evan. Evan pushes it in towards the goal. It just goes a little bit narrow there. Josiah sneaking around the backside, trying to pop it in over the goalie's pad. Getting a little scrappy here in front of the goal. Pushed down by Everett. Liam making a reach to try to stop. Caleb down off of his chest there. Liam recovers the puck, brings it back down here. Going to take the shot himself. Nice job, Liam. Easy kind of maneuver right around the goalie. So now we should have a score of 10-0. We've got 1 minute and 6 seconds left on the clock. We've got a line change here. We've got Maddox, Braden, Enzo, and Duke back in his normal position of center. Braden back on defense. Enzo up on left wing and Maddox over on right wing. So we'll see how this goes. And Duke has the puck in front of the net here. Slaps it out behind the goal. A little mix up there, or pile up. And back up to Braden on the top. Braden's going to take a shot maybe. Yep. Ooh, stop by one of the other Everett. I don't know if I hit him in the mask or in the chest, but Braden's slap shot at the chest did not be comfortable. Braden taking another shot from the top of the key up there, well, way up north of the center ice. Here we go on this near side. Enzo picking up the puck. Them calling for the puck. Oh, and that's the second period. Score of 10-0 technically. End of the second period. The Rangers have a reputation of being a more physical team, which sometimes upsets other teams. Sounds like some of the teams up in the Seattle area, the refs call the games really tight and they get a lot of penalties for pretty minimal infractions. And so, Everett's just north of the Seattle area, so they probably have been conditioned for a little less physicality. So then when Rangers do their normal physical play, sometimes we get fans and parents that get a little bit frustrated at us. All right, we got Caleb back in the net. We've got Duke at center, Maddox out on the wing, Enzo on the wing, and Braden back on D. $18 minutes on the clock, third period. Technical score of 10-0. All right, on the face-off, here we go. Duke, easy win on the face-off there, pushes it out. Picked up by Enzo. Oop, Duke goes down, not sure why. Just slipped, I guess. Back up to Duke. Duke takes a shot, hits the goalie in the chest. Maddox there for the rebound. Isn't able to score on that one, but takes control over the puck there. Enzo still trying to keep it on the offensive end. Good job, Enzo. Stay after it, bud. And then Duke came in to help. Maddox is there to interfere. Duke takes possession at the top and does a little, passes it out to top Braden, back to Duke. Oh, Duke unfortunately looking for that pass, but had a little bit of a weak pass there, loses a stick. Puck being carried down the ice by Everett. Braden's there, and as is Enzo. Braden takes it on the far side, pushes it off the boards. Maddox is there to try to pick it up, and Duke there right behind him to try to interfere. It's possible that Greg told them to lighten up a little bit. See them being a little less aggressive right now. Enzo back over to Maddox on the far side along the boards. Maddox pushes it into Duke. Duke takes a shot, comes off of the goalie's shin pad. Braden, at the top. Maddox back door, but not quite the right angle there to have an opportunity. Picked up again by Braden, center ice. Skated in by Braden. Braden going one-on-one with the goalie off of his shin pad, pushed out. Picked up by Enzo and kept in, and then pushed to the far defensive corner. Oops, Duke goes after the puck and slips. Picks it up, gets up, picks it up in the corner. Kind of got a little change of possession back and forth there, and Caleb down on the puck for the stop. All right, line change. We've got Evan, Josiah, Hank, and Grayson. I feel like I always say Evan's name first because this is the easiest one for me to find because of his white helmet. Blocked by Caleb. Grayson picks it up behind the goal, heading down the ice. Evan looking for the pass and Hank looking for the pass. Grayson pushes it in, tipped off of the Everett's defender's stick. We've got Josiah here putting pressure on the offensive end, trying to keep it on our offensive end. Hank comes in to help. It's pushed up off the boards. Hank stays with it, turns it around. Back to Josiah, trying to get it out of there. Oh, picked up by Everett. Loose puck. Hank's all over the ice here. He's going side to side. Good job, Hank. Good hustle. All right. Everett trying to take possession, but Rangers causing some defensive stress. Picked up again by Hank, brought down center ice. Hank keeps possession of the puck, using it around these Everett skaters' sticks and skates. Set up there, Caleb there for the stop. Nice. That one would have been a dicey one. That one could have gone in over Caleb's shoulder, but he made a big reach and grabbed it with his glove. All right, we have a face-off here on the defensive end. Hank on the face-off. Slapped out to Evan. Evan takes possession, kind of bobbles it. All right, Hank's there to kind of cause some havoc. All right, Hank takes possession of the puck behind Caleb. Hank's looking for the pass, pushes it in to the goalie. It's right there off of the goalie's chest, falls to the ice, and goalie covers the puck. All right, we got a line change. 15 minutes, 13 seconds left on the clock. Technical score of 10-0, third period. We've got Duke, Eugene, Liam, and Maddox back on D. All right, so puck picked up by Eugene, pushed into center ice, recovered by Maddox. Maddox pushes it in again, sends it straight back to the goalie. Goalie has a belly catch there on his knees. It's got to be hard to be a goalie when you have a score like this. All right, on the face-off, Everett comes out with the puck behind their own goal, trying to look to set it up and send it down the ice. Duke there to interfere. Duke picked back up by Liam. Liam bringing it down the ice. Liam bringing it down into the corner, looking for the pass. He's got good pressure from the Everett defender. Loses the puck sort of behind the net, but recovers it. Ooh, that was almost an opportunity. Still fighting for the puck behind the net there. Duke out on the far side. Eugene there with like a bowling ball. Pushed in towards the goal by Maddox from defense, and stopped by the goalie there on the side of the net. Line change. We have got Evan, Enzo, Grayson, and Braden. 13 minutes, 35 seconds on the clock. Score of 10-0 of the third period. Braden on the face-off. Pushed out, there you go. And picked up by Enzo. Push it in, Enzo. All right, nice stop by the goalie. It's a good shot by Enzo. Picked up here on this near side by Grayson. Brought around by the back of the net there. Oop, he's going to turn and come back the other way to beat his defender. Grayson pushes it in. Everett's there as well as a couple of Rangers. Can't quite pull it off. We're going one on. All right. Nice defense by Grayson. As Everett kind of tried to have a little bit of a breakaway there, but didn't have an opportunity because Grayson was there. And Caleb, oops, sorry, you guys. Caleb down on the puck and then let go. Pushed out to Braden. Braden skating up the ice. Braden looking for the opportunity. Evan standing there back door. They're back out to Grayson. Braden there. Evan there. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Whistle before the puck was very slowly trickling towards the goal line. It was like moving in slow motion, but ref called the whistle before they could scuffle, which was probably a smart call on the ref's part. All right, we've got a line change. We've got Maddox on the wing and Josiah on the wing. We've got Hank at center and Duke back at defense. Duke chasing down the puck on the far side, pushes it off the boards into the far corner on the offensive end. Maddox is there, taking possession, trying to get possession behind the goal. Little stick tie up there. Everett sneaks in with an additional player and recovers the puck, bringing it down this near side of the ice. Duke picks it up on defense behind Caleb, brings it up center ice. Some nice, fast, fancy footwork, and real quick, easy over the goalie's left shoulder, Duke into the net for a score of 11-0 with 11 minutes, 30 seconds in the third period. Got a line change here. Maddox, Hank, Josiah, and Duke still back on D. Caleb in the net. All right, pushed out by Hank. Ooh, goalie. Everett goalie there wasn't quite ready for that one. That one came right off the face-off towards the goal. Chased down in the corner by Josiah. Josiah's got good hustle all weekend. Very proud of him. All right, so push back over here on the near corner, picked up by Hank. Hank's gonna, a little bit of a trip there. Probably should have been called, but incidental or not, it was definitely a trip with that stick. Duke chasing the puck down there on defense in the far corner. Little scuffle there, still a little frustration there. Play the puck, boys and girls. Okay, Maddox in here to cause some interference on the offensive end. Ooh, that door keeps pushing open. Duke skating backwards. Push the pass into the center ice. Everett slapped away by Maddox and recovered. Maddox taking the puck down the ice. Maddox is having a really great game as well. A lot of hustle today for Maddox. Let's see here. And a clean game by Maddox. All right. Whoop. Got a little bit of back and forth recovery here. Hank takes possession of the puck, brings it out to the front of the goal. Everett's goalie's down on his belly, trying to make the stop. Hank still got possession, back and forth. Got 3 defenders on him, but still somehow maintaining possession of the puck. Picked up by Duke now on defense, brought around the backside of the net. Brought up the ice, crossover in front. Everybody giving Duke some room. Duke pushes it in towards the goalie. Goalie's chest, bounces in front. Loose puck, covered by Everett. Slapped out there and picked up by Hank again. Hank's looking to push it in. Got Maddox standing wide open here. All right. Still scuffling down in the corner. We've got 9 minutes, 15 seconds. Score of 11-0. Tied up over there in the far corner. Kicked out. A lot of back and forth of possession here on the kept in the offensive end by Josiah, it looked like. Picked up by Maddox. Maddox pushes it out to the top. Duke comes in from behind there. Tries to make a couple of shots here. Can't get it through the legs of the Everett defenders. Puck goes back down on the defensive end here into the near corner. Duke takes it around the back of Caleb. Brings it up the boards on the far side. Everybody's there making a hole for Duke. Duke tries to push it in towards the goal. Goalie's out of the crease. quite a ways, but manages to keep it from slipping in behind him. Duke takes another shot off of the goalie's skate. Goalie's down here. Maddox is there. Tries to do a backhanded shot into the goal, but hits the side of the net. Josiah's there. Still, everybody's working really hard here at the front of the net here, trying to get that past those defenders and that goal. Loose puck behind the goal. Hank makes a tip. Sorry, I don't have quite the right range on this camera. And the play is right here in front of me, in front of the bench. All right, pushed along the sideline here. Or the boards, I should say. Maintains possession by Hank. Oh, shoot, loses possession. Off of Caleb's stick, bounces over. And we got a line change on the fly, which we haven't had very many of those because we've had such a high-scoring game. So we've got Grayson out there now. We've got Eugene out there, Liam, and Josiah's still out there. He's probably getting tired. Loose puck. Caleb goes down, but doesn't need to. Puck goes wide. Josiah pulling it off the boards there. Nice job. Okay. Grayson sends it around the boards again. Finally, Josiah is going to get an opportunity to switch out here, and Liam takes it down, shoots it towards the goal, and is a glove catch by the Everett goalie. We got Braden. It's Grayson and Braden that have now joined Liam and Eugene out on the ice. We have 6 minutes and 58 seconds on the clock of the third period. Score is 11-0. Liam off of the face-off, kept down on the offensive end by Braden. Picked up by Liam. Grayson up at the top. It takes a slap shot right into the goalie's glove. Do we have some kind of a... Oh, no. I thought there was maybe a penalty there for some reason, but... All right. Liam at center. Eugene and Braden at wing. One-on-one here with the goaltender. Good job, Caleb, sliding back and forth there. He's got 2 stops on that attack. Rangers recovering the puck. Liam passing it to himself and bringing it up the side of the boards. Liam making a push towards... sorry, you guys, I'm getting a little slow here on my turn into the camera. Sent down by Everett down to our defensive end. Picked up by Grayson. Grayson sends it around on the near side here. Picked up by Eugene. Makes a shot. Sends it into the middle. Ooh. Wasn't quite in the right position there for Liam to catch and score. A little scuffle on the far boards there. Braden's in there to help. Okay. Pulls it out. Rangers have control of the puck. Ooh, Braden goes for a little backhand. Nice and easy, but a little bit wide of the net. Got a scuffle down here in the corner with Eugene. Eugene, a true defender, always going to get in there and cause some pain for people, regardless of what position he's in. The Honey Badger. All right, picked up by Grayson. Grayson bringing it down the ice. Oop, Grayson and Leon getting in each other's way just a little bit there, but they're able to keep it together right between the goalie's legs, but at the wrong angle, so it went right through. Off of the boards on the near side, Eugene pushing the puck back towards the goal. Picked up on the far corner, offensive end by Liam. Braden's there for the pass. Braden bringing it towards the goal, takes a shot off of the goalie's pads. Liam keeping possession at the top there, recovered by Everett. Braden there trying to do a little... Oop, Liam got hurt. Liam's coming off the ice. Duke's out on the ice now. Place of Liam. Slap shot by Braden. Got a pile up here at the front of the net. Grayson's got the puck. Skates it in. Isn't quite able to make contact with the goal. Sends it down. Everett sends it down. Grayson taking possession behind Caleb. Bringing it down the ice. We got a line change here for Everett, which might hopefully not cause a problem for them. All right, Eugene's got possession of the puck behind our goal, or behind right off of the goalie's shin pad and between his legs, which rolled the wrong way on that goalie. That was 12-0 Eugene. on that last goal. Third period, 3 minutes, 27 seconds, score of 12-0 against Everett. And we've got on the ice now Enzo, Maddox, Evan, and Duke. Caleb in the net. Oh, Evan's going to play center on this shift. So let's see how we do here on the face-off. There we go. Easy face-off for Evan. Pushed out to Enzo. Enzo pushes it in towards the goal. Maddox is there. All right, they're scuffling down here to keep possession on the offensive end. Maddox is there. Maddox trying to push it in. Enzo's there. We got a little bit of tie-up here in the skates. There's Evan center ice to pick it up. Pushes it down to the corner. Come on, Evan. You got to skate those, buddy. You can do it. Evan keeps it in. Little kick by Maddox trying to keep it on the offensive end here. Enzo's right there with pressure on the Everett. We're trying to, a lot of much better defensive pressure on the offensive end today. Yesterday they were just waiting and watching the other team. Okay, coming up the sideline here, Evan chasing his player. Recovered by Duke, pushed across in front of the net. No one's there, unfortunately, to take that puck. Got 2 minutes left in this third period, score of 12-0. Slap shot by Duke at the top, picked up by Everett. Evan putting pressure on his Everett defender, trying to keep that puck on the offensive end. They're doing a nice job of that today. Evan's got the puck, makes a shot towards the goalie off of his his shin pad. And pushed out. On the far side, Enzo there to try to get that puck out. Loose puck back and forth between both teams. Duke bringing it up, sets up behind the net there, pushes it right in front of the goal. Maddox there. Keep shoving it back towards the goal. Come on, Evan, pressure. Yep, Evan there. 1 minute, 15 seconds left on the clock. Covered by Duke. Pushed down on the offensive end here. Tries to sneak it in by the goalie. Hits the post. Evan there. Come on, Evan. Pick that up. Come on, Evan. Aggressive. Yep, got it. Come on, Evan. Take possession. Evan's got possession behind the net. Let's see if he can do anything with it. Nope, he's got 3 defenders there. 48 seconds left on the clock here. Everett trying to set it up. Picked up on this near corner here on the defensive end by Duke. Pushed out in front of Evan. Evan's got to skate that through. Tries to kick it with this. And there's Caleb off of his shin pads. Pops up and catches it with his glove. Okay, we got one last line change here. We've got Grayson, Josiah, Hank, and Liam. 20 seconds on the clock. We'll see if we get a little bit of something off of this one before we got a buzzer here. And Hank on the face-off. Kicks it out. Takes it down on the offensive end. There's out. Keeps possession. One-on-one with the goalie. Goalie makes a nice stop. And Hank recovers possession, tries one more time at that shin pad of the goalie, and isn't quite able to pull off a final goal. So we've got Caleb with the shutout, which is awesome. They're all very excited for Caleb with that shutout. And then we had a total score of 12-0. The board reads 7-0. They have a 7-goal lead rule here if the league. And so nice showing from a variety of players today. Everybody had a little bit of fun. A lot of people got on the board today. Hopefully that was a good confidence booster for them. Got to play some different positions and have some fun. All right, next game, I don't remember what time. I think it's 1-ish, but we'll let you know when we go live next.
You got to start Greg's confidence.